Hey guys, welcome to today's vlog, change of pace. I'm back in the office after the long weekend traveling and being at the Malaysian Grand Prix, which was fantastic. But this is a vlog I ummed and ahed about doing on the flight home and this morning about whether to do it or not, and it's addressing what's come out of the Malaysian Grand Prix, something that's now overshadowing what was a great result for Daniel Ricciardo and what was a great event to attend, is these 9 Australians who've been arrested for stripping down to their Budgie smugglers or speedos, whatever you'd like to call them, on the main straight after the race during the podium celebrations. So this video is going to be about my experience at the podium celebrations after the race, and not actually knowing at the time that this was going to turn into a huge news story, or even that it was a news story, aside from Daniel winning the race. Check out vlog 99, and these 9 guys are actually in my vlog. I didn't know at the time they were going to get arrested. Even when we were leaving the track, we had no idea. So this video is just going to be about some of the things that I saw and what we experienced at the track during the celebration. So like at every Formula 1 Grand Prix, after the race, they let you onto the track, and I ran down the straight. We were sitting at turn 1. I ran all the way down the straight to get to the podium to watch Daniel get his trophy.
All right, running down the straight. Danny Rick won. Now we got to get to the podium.
So when I pulled up at the podium, I happened to pull up behind this bunch of Australian guys. These turned out to be these guys who, right in front of me as the podium celebrations began, stripped off down to their Budgie smugglers or speedos, and this is the video of what I saw at the podium celebrations. As you can see, they were chanting and yelling and cheering on Dan in the celebrations of his victory. There was a lot of people standing around, and the crowd was actually really large on the main straight after the race. Everyone was standing around, and a fair few people actually went up and got photos with these guys. There was a lot of internationals there, and quite a large contingent of Aussies from from what we could tell. Everyone seemed to be having quite a good time, and these boys were definitely loud, and quite a lot of attention was being shown towards them. Or I didn't know when I walked off that these guys were going to be arrested. There were, where they were standing, I was kind of just behind them. Where I was standing, the police started to come up. One of them was taking photos on his phone and getting shots of these guys, but they didn't intervene. They didn't go up to them and say, hey guys, can you calm down what you're doing? I don't know what interaction they may or may not have had with police earlier, but when I saw them, the police just stood back and took some photos and whatnot, and maybe some video of what these guys were up to, which was just cheering and yelling and celebrating Dan's victory. To whether they were drunk or not, I don't know. I'm not going to make that sort of call. That's not for me to make. But yes, the police did sort of start to appear, and then I went back over because I was standing by myself, and the rest of our group didn't run down the straight with me, so I went to look for them, and that's when I walked off and didn't think much more of it. So this brings up about the whole thing. People have been saying, what happens if this happened in Melbourne, that people wouldn't say anything and whatnot. And that is a point, that if this was in Melbourne, no one would have said anything. The police wouldn't have got involved, and they probably, actually, if the police were involved, probably would have asked them to move on. But in saying that, they weren't in Australia. And whenever you travel, and this is from traveling to many different countries, you have to respect the local laws. Julie Bishop came out and said it best, that when you're in another country, you're subject to their laws. And you have to think about this whenever you're doing anything traveling. If you might think it's all right, and back home here in Australia, it can be totally fine. But if you go to certain other countries, you have to abide by their laws. As does anyone who is coming here, we expect them to abide by the law of Australia. Being at the event, it was an amazing experience, and everyone else was having were having a great time, did have a great time. Didn't know this was a huge news story until well after the event, and didn't impact on our experience, and I was right there where these guys were. But at the same time, it didn't offend me. It may have offended other people. I just want to say that it's sad that this is now overshadowing what is an amazing event and an amazing result that we all got to experience on Sunday as Aussies whilst we were there, fans of Max and Nico, and that probably not the best result for Lewis fans, but it was a really cool race and exciting to be there. So it annoys me that this is overshadowing it, and it's probably also, people will probably say that doing this video is just perpetuating that thing, but I wanted to put forward my little piece because I was right there. I was standing with these guys, and I've actually seen in a couple of bits of footage, you can actually see me standing there. So tomorrow we'll make a more exciting vlog and a different one, something not so serious. But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.